You are listening to What's Next? Conversations with Boomers, and I'm Barb Desmarais, your host. So, for regular listeners, you might have noticed that we have not had a recording for a couple or posted an episode for 2 or 3 weeks, and that's because I was away. I was away with my daughter. We went to France just for 2 weeks, but we had a really great time. And so Mel and I were talking and thinking that this would make a good episode. And we have done many trips together, many. This, in fact, was our 5th trip to Europe since 2018. And again, it was really fun. And so what makes it work? Why are we able to do this so successfully? So we're going to have a back and forth. Mel's going to interview me, and so it'll be a little chit chat about my trip to France.
A little conversation.
Oui, ça va bien.
Et
Comment ça va?
That's the extent of my French. Oh my gosh, how was it? You're like just 2 weeks. 2 weeks is a long time, Barb. That's 14
2 weeks.
days.
I mean, lots of people go, they don't go to Europe unless they, can stay a month. But we tend
Really?
to,
I think 2
shut
weeks
it
is
down
a
after
long break.
It is. It is. And
Do you think you could have gone longer?
no,
You were ready to
when I
go
used
home.
I'm ready to go home. Yeah, when I used to travel with my husband, and we did several trips to Europe also, and Europe and lots of other places. And our max was 3 weeks, and I was always really ready to come home after 3 weeks. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of work. You're doing a lot of walking and seeing new
Yeah.
places and being in new environments and
Definitely.
eating different kind of food and blah, blah, blah. So I'm
Yeah.
always glad to get home. And I don't sleep well when I'm away. It's a different bed. And,
Really?
no, I don't.
Even after all the walking and stuff and all the
No,
mental
it's like
stimulation?
you'd think, right? But no, I don't sleep well. I had a couple of nights where it was half decent, but it looks like my body knows this isn't the right time. This isn't the right bed, blah, blah, blah. So anyway,
Oh, interesting.
yeah. And we've kind of made a habit of doing this. We will do a bunch of stuff in the morning and then come back and have a little reset. So we'll have a little
Like you
lie
take a little
down and-
nap?
Yeah,
Little
take a little
siesta?
nap, a little siesta. Yeah. And and Claire came down with a virus while we were there, which was
No.
yeah. She woke up one morning and was really, really dizzy. And
Was it
with a bunch of
COVID?
no, it
No.
wasn't COVID. It was something
Okay.
called BPPV. And anyway, she was at the doctor this morning and just confirmed what she'd found out. It was a virus on her right side in her ear. So
Oh.
yeah. Anyway, so we and that was sort of something that I wanted to talk about that works for us. Anytime you travel, and anybody that does any traveling knows, there's always going to be glitches. There is always going to be something that doesn't work.
Yeah.
And we acknowledged with each other that we're really good about not focusing on that.
Mhm.
So poor Claire, she was fine as long as she just walked straight. It was moving her head up and down. So she had to walk.
No.
Yeah,
No. Okay.
yeah.
How did this all start? You said you started traveling together in 2018.
Right.
So
The
what was the catalyst for that? Like what
Well,
is it?
I had always wanted to go to Greece, and especially Santorini, only based on all the pictures that I'd seen of Santorini. And Claire was completely up for it. Let's do it together.
Right.
And we already have a pretty good foundation. We have a really strong bond, and
Mhm.
I knew that we would get along well. And that trip was extraordinary. It was, if you to anybody who's ever been to Santorini in Greece, you know what I'm talking about. So we started out in Athens, and that was really cool. And then we went on this boat to Santorini, and I'd never seen scenery like that in my life. So we just could hardly wait to do another trip.
Right.
But then COVID got in the way. So
Right.
then the next trip we did was to Spain, and then COVID was after that. And we had
Right.
Spain, same thing. We went to Madrid, we went to Barcelona, we went to San Sebastian, then we drove to, not we, no, Claire drove, I was passenger,
Wow.
to Biarritz in France. And so,
Is it
that was,
is it on the left-hand side or the right-hand side?
the Santorini is on the coast, on the west
No, no,
coast
no. I
of,
meant like when you drive.
oh, and oh, no, 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 no,
It's the
no,
left.
they drive the same way,
Same way we do. Okay.
the driver's on the left, driving on the
Okay.
right side of the road. Yeah, right. Okay, got it. Yeah.
Because I would
Anyway,
find that really disorienting if I have to drive on the other side of the
oh
road.
yeah, no, I couldn't do it either. Absolutely
Yeah.
not. Well, I don't even, drive beyond Vancouver, so I wouldn't be driving in anywhere.
True. True, true, true,
Yeah.
true, true. So I guess, I mean, you kind of already brought it up. One of the things that I guess you need to have with a travel buddy is
Mhm.
that you can like stand them for longer than a day.
Right,
You
right,
would say, right?
right.
But
Yeah.
because
Well,
she's
we
your
kind of,
daughter,
yeah.
the dynamic is a bit different, right? But go ahead.
Right. It's somewhat different than, one of your peers, of course, because we're a different generation. But Claire and I have always had a really, I mean, we're really good friends apart from mother and daughter. And we always have been. And I sort of had a test run because after my husband died, she moved in with me the night that he died, and she was with me for almost a year. Yeah, I mean, we've had various tests, but one of the things is, just as I mentioned, there's many things where we do have the same sort of philosophy, or we have the same approach. We tend not to focus on the negative. So I'll give you, in terms of glitches. So we booked far in advance an Airbnb in Paris where we stayed for 5 days. So we always like to have, at the very least, separate beds and ideally separate bedrooms. So we booked this place, and it had fabulous reviews. It was a good location, et cetera, et cetera. They have very few of these places have elevators. So
Right.
number
It's
one
Paris.
is
It's old.
yeah, Paris, it's old, and yeah, if you've got a mobility problem, forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we discovered the second bedroom. So there's a little winding staircase up to the, I'm air quotes here, second bedroom, which is actually an attic that's been converted into a bedroom. Yes, yes, or a crawl space. So you literally would have had to crawl to get into the bed. I mean, you'd have to be no more than about
Like it's
three and
like
a half
low
feet.
ceiling kind of thing.
Low, 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 low. Like you couldn't even stand upright. It was just insane.
So who slept in that bed?
Well, I'll
No
tell you
one.
the story. I said, Claire, I'm not sleeping here. If I have to get up in the middle of the night to pee, I'm gonna 100%. I'm gonna bang my head, and then I've got to go down those stairs. And she said, I wouldn't sleep here either. So
So what'd you
so
do?
so she goes up there, and she said, I'm just going to take that mattress off, and I'm going to haul it downstairs. I'm going to put it on the floor downstairs. I'll sleep there, and you can sleep in the bedroom. So that's what we did, and that worked out. But
Oh, was it
I
a
mean,
full apartment? You had the full apartment?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
after that, we said, okay, we're done with Airbnbs. We're like, no more, climbing up 3 flights of stairs.
Yeah.
And this bedroom, and it was not cheap. I will tell you, it was not cheap, and it was
I
it was
believe
a
it.
very, yeah, it was a very good location. But anyway, that's sort of an example that it happened. Live and learn, and we just decided
So
not
did
to
you
dwell
stay
on it.
there for 5 days?
Yes,
Wow.
yeah, and we didn't give a great review. I just couldn't believe that nobody in the reviews had mentioned that this
They probably
bedroom.
edited it.
Oh, they must have. Like, how is it that other people
Yeah.
didn't notice? I mean, we were sort of joking about it. I mean, call me high maintenance, but I really like to be able to stand upright when I get out of bed.
Right?
Like, is this asking too much? I mean, it was unbelievable. It was so stupid.
That
Yeah,
is
literally, you would have had to be
crazy.
about 3 or 4 to be, I don't know. Anyway,
So
and
you started in Paris.
we started in Paris and then we went to Lyon and we went on the
Okay.
train. And Lyon is, and I had been there before, and it is known to be the gastronomic capital of France. And Claire she loves really good food. She's a foodie. She does a ton of research on finding the right places to eat and finding, looking for places that are popular and, highly rated.
Right.
So that was an interesting experience because we found that we don't really like the food in Lyon. And
Really?
yes, they're
Oh
really
no.
big.
Why?
I know they're very big on game. That's the thing. And very, very
Oh,
few vegetables. Like, both of us eat a lot of fruit and vegetables, and you're just give me some lettuce. Like,
yeah.
I want a
Yeah.
salad. Give me an
Yeah.
apple, or something.
Yeah.
So yeah, this one of these places that we went to that was, highly, highly, highly rated.
Uh-huh.
And, they're reading the whole menu. And I mean, reindeer, rabbit, pigeon,
Oh. Not pigeon.
deer. I think pigeon was on it, but reindeer.
Yeah, nah.
um,
Nah.
like,
Not Prancer.
not no, hopefully not. Gee. So yeah, and then well, Claire ordered this seafood dish, which she
Okay.
thought was going to be like a chicken pot pie, but with seafood with a crust over top.
Uh-huh.
Well, when they gave it to her, and it was like in a little mini loaf, like it's though the seafood had been pureed and mixed with other things, and then it had a sauce over top. And Claire said, "Here, have a taste." I said, "Oh, oh." Oh my God, that is so strong. I can't. That's it. I can't
What
eat
did it
that.
taste like?
It just was so incredibly strong. The flavor was just so strong.
What kind of
And
what was the flavor?
well, just really just too, it was full of shellfish and it was just too strong.
Oh,
I
really
just,
fishy.
it was
Really fishy.
really fishy. Yeah, that's the word I'm
Right.
thinking of. Fishy.
Yeah.
That's it. Fishy. Yeah, it was just
I
too
don't know.
much.
I kind of like that flavor.
Well, I do subtly, but not,
Right.
it was just too strong.
Is too much.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So that was in Lyon. So in Paris, we did a cooking class and we had a meeting place and then we went to this market and bought all the food with it because the chef was with us. And then we got on the
How many
metro
people?
and there was probably 12, I think, mostly my age. There was one young couple,
Oh,
but they were
cute.
mostly, yeah, yeah, we went to the cooking school and we learned how to finely chop, how to use a knife properly, and we cooked this meal. But the conclusion was, I'll tell you, the French, everything they eat is so full of fat. There was so much butter used and an unbelievable amount of
That's why it tastes
salt.
good.
I know, exactly, exactly. That's why it tastes good. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so one of the dishes was like a scalloped potato. So
Uh-huh.
she
Love
chopped it.
scalloped potatoes.
Yeah,
Oh
me
my
too, me too.
gosh.
Yeah, me too.
I can't eat it all the
So,
time though. It's so rich.
oh, yeah. So she showed us how to kind of cut really, really thin. She said, "I'll never use a mandolin. Just seen too many fingers chopped off or, cut
Yeah.
badly." So she, chopped it really fine, mixed it with a ton of salt, tons of garlic, and this kind of a mild paprika that they use often.
Oh,
Mixed it all up and put it into this casserole dish that was greased with butter, and there was so much butter. I couldn't believe it, how much butter. And then an entire liter of whipped cream that she poured over
oh,
top and mixed up.
it sounds delicious, but I
It
cannot
was,
imagine.
yeah, it was really good. But you could, I
I could have two bites
a
of
little
that.
bit goes a long way. Yeah,
That's true. Very much that.
yeah.
I
Mhm.
probably modified that. I would modify that recipe somehow. Make it more mellow friendly, if you know what I mean.
Make it more mellow friendly. Yeah. And then there was a chicken seasoned on the skin and baked in the oven. I mean, I only ate about a third of it. It was just a huge, and it was lunchtime, so it's this huge amount of food, but I learned, holy smokes, do they ever use a lot of salt and butter?
And
Wow.
cream.
Cream. Yeah. Like not, what you put in coffee, whipping cream. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, it is the birthplace of the croissant, so
The
I get that.
croissant, which is, you can't beat them. They're amazing. But one of the reasons croissant is so delicious is because it's
Is the
full of
butter.
butter.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I watched a
Yeah.
great British Bake Off. I've seen them
Yeah.
make it.
So
It's, I know.
full of butter.
It's
Yeah.
called
But
laminating.
laminating.
Yeah.
Ah.
Basically they like flip the dough and like they layer like butter on top and then they flip the dough and then they keep doing that over and over again so you get the like nice layers when it bakes and the fat separates all those layers and that's why it's so flaky when it bakes and you bite into it and just like oh, I love a croissant.
Yeah, yeah, a really good croissant. But it does beg the question. You very rarely see fat French people. So,
Interesting. That's
yeah,
an
yeah.
interesting observation.
I mean, the American way is bigger is better. Well, they don't have that philosophy at all. It's smaller portions.
Multiple times a
Plus,
day.
I think they just, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Although breakfast mostly is just a croissant and coffee, and
Mm.
then déjeuner, lunch, and dinner. But I was talking to my French teacher about this, and why is it, 'cause a friend of mine said, you'd think they'd be really fat with all that because they love their pastries.
Hmm.
And you know what she told me? They do not eat junk food.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't see them like places. There's lots of places you can get a sandwich where they have it sort of, they make a sandwich and using it like a small baguette.
Hmm.
Um, um, but, like here, if you go someplace where there's sandwiches, they also have chips and all sorts of other things. Well, in France they don't have that at all. And I realize it's true. You don't see people eating junk food. So they eat their 3 meals and then walk everywhere and don't eat, an enormous amount. So that's
They
interesting.
eat humanely portioned foods.
They do, and very high quality. Like their butter is different than our butter. There's lots of things that they like. There's certain ingredients that are allowed in the U.S., for example, that are not even allowed in Europe. So they eat
Well, we're
their
not in the
food is.
US.
We're not in the U.S. No,
We need to
but
clarify
there
because
we are not.
there are certain things that Canada does not allow
Yeah,
as well.
same thing.
So,
I know. Anyway, yeah, the cooking class was a really fun experience, and
yeah,
yeah,
that's a fun activity. I was
yeah,
just
it was
talking
really
about
fun.
this with somebody, like having a cooking class where like you and your friends can go and like a chef teaches you how to make things and everyone like sits down together and like eats it together. Like looks so fun.
Yeah, it really is fun. We did a cooking class in Barcelona, and we also did one in Florence last year. And so we just thought, let's do one in Paris. Yeah, it's really fun. It
Yeah.
really is. And of course, there's always wine involved. Um,
Did you drink a lot?
I probably drank more than I usually do, and because if I drink here, I don't drink anything till about 5, till half the hour. But kind of broke that rule sometimes. Yeah,
Sometimes.
wine is so good. The wine is wonderful.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so after that, after the cooking class, what else happened?
After the cooking class, and we also went to this fabulous, it's kind of a Paris institution. It's a Crazy Horse. So Crazy Horse is a fabulous kind of burlesque show, but very, very tasteful. All these women uh, dancing who are, you can tell they're gymnasts or ballet dancers. It's incredibly choreographed. It's just so much fun, and you can go there for dinner and then watch the show, or you can go there for the show and part of your ticket is a bottle of champagne. And guess what?
What?
She found out Kim Kardashian was there the next day,
Oh, no
and
way.
that's where Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry went. Just
Oh,
yes,
God.
we not the same, but the week after we were there. Yeah,
Why Katy
So
Perry? Sorry, that upsets me.
that's, that's interesting. I know.
Oh God. How do you anyway, whatever. He's
I
going through his
know.
own midlife crisis.
Whatever. Yeah. 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 So there's things that, we both really enjoy doing. So that's sort of one of the things that makes it work. And also we're both pretty flexible. Okay, these are some possibilities. Today we can do this and this and this. I mean, my husband really, he really liked to stick to his plan, and we are not that way. We certainly do things that we've planned, but we do leave time for spontaneity. And everybody travels differently. And we are just really lucky that we have got a rhythm that works for both of us. Um,
Mm,
and also we're not the kind of, a lot of people hate this, but we're not the kind of people that, okay, we're going to get up at 7, we're going to be out of the door at 8, and we're just going to get going. No.
yeah, I don't like that. Especially if I'm on vacation, I want to be on vacation. Like
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
wake up, I mean, within reason, obviously, because I don't want to like miss out on the fun, obviously.
Yeah.
But there are days when I just like want to just do nothing also, I need to factor that into my vacation. I need that,
I
you know.
agree. I agree. Yeah. Yeah. So we get up when we wake up. There's no alarm. And we have a couple of cups of coffee, and I just, take our time, have our shower, slowly
Mhm.
get dressed, kind
Mhm.
of chit chat, and, okay, let's go. And sometimes it could be 10, sometimes it could be 11. So we stayed in that first bed and breakfast, and after that, Lyon, and then after that, we went to this town called Annecy, which was charming as can be. Anyway, we stayed in hotels in both those places, and they both
Nice.
included breakfast. So we kind of
Yes.
went
And
to the
towels.
and good towels, and
Good
there's
towels.
somebody at the front desk. If we need something, they're right there. There's elevators. Oh,
Yeah.
God, this is great. Yeah,
Were
yeah.
there
So,
bellhops that carried your bags too?
I didn't see any. No, but all the bags have got wheels now, so that was fine. So we like to have a plan. We also like to be spontaneous.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we are both flexible. We have a similar rhythm, and I think that's really important when you're traveling with somebody, because there are people that
Yeah.
they want to max out the day.
Yeah.
I've paid a lot of money to get here. I want to
Yep.
start early and do get as much in as possible. We don't really operate that way. It doesn't mean we don't do stuff, but we kind of want times where we're just in the moment. Let's just soak up this scenery.
Definitely.
We're in Paris. Let's just stare at
Exactly.
there. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aside from all the niceties, did you drive each other crazy at any point?
We never do, Mela. No.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. We are we know that. We're very, very fortunate. We appreciate each other, and we express that appreciation to each other. And, often at the end of the day, we'll acknowledge, what, that was a great day.
Hmm.
It was a really great day. And, so this happened and that happened, but, that's life.
Oh, here's a good question.
Yeah.
I know you've like been traveling together for a long time now. Are there still things about each other or about, okay, well, Claire's not here to speak for herself, but are there still things about Claire that you've learned or are learning every time you travel somewhere new or every time you travel with her?
Claire is a really, really good planner. She really, I give her full credit for the planning. She loves to do it. Her dad was exactly the same. She's really good at it. She does an enormous amount of research. I mean, she is a leader. She's an organizer. She's a planner. And I've known that about her since she was 6 years old. I think she's lucky that I go along with the plans. And she knows that I will. Okay, Mom, I made reservations for this restaurant. Okay. And it's just a 10-minute walk, or it's a 15-minute walk, or we have to, we're gonna get in the metro and blah, 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 whatever. And she's got that all figured out. And I appreciate that. I mean, okay, this isn't something about me that she's just learned either, but Mela, I
Hmm.
have the worst sense of direction. I honestly it's so bad. It's just
Even with
terrible.
Google
And so it's,
Maps,
I know. Well,
especially with Google Maps.
I got, Claire, she's got the Google map, she's got it in front of her before I can turn around. But she'll be, Mom, no, no, Mom, we're this, no, no, Mom, this way. No, yeah.
You know
I
what?
don't,
Sometimes getting lost in a really cool city like Paris can be fun. I've gotten lost in New York before and I kind of just like went with it. I was like, oh, okay.
It's funny that you say that because we went back to Paris. So we did the 3 visits and then we took the train back to Paris because that's where we were flying home from. And she said, "Why don't we make a promise to ourselves that we get lost in Paris and just walk?" And so, again, I said, "Sure, let's do that." And I can't say that we got lost, but we just kind of, wandered around. There's always something
Meander.
to look at. Yeah,
Yeah.
meandered. Yeah, yeah.
That's
Um,
what's so great about like big cities. If you're traveling to like a big city or metropolitan city, is that like if you get lost, there's always somewhere like a touch point where you can like regain some sense of quote unquote direction or just like to reset and be like, okay, well, we tried that way. Let's go this way. Because if you're in the wild and you're in a different country, you know what I mean?
yeah.
That'd be a different story.
I think Anthony Bourdain said this. Go into a city and just walk. That's all you do. Just walk. Just walk.
Yeah.
See who you can see what you can see, and you're going to discover all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Um, One thing
Definitely.
that we did that wasn't planned in Paris, there's this huge, huge exhibition called the Basel exhibit, and I might have like Basel. I don't even think I'm pronouncing it wrong, but it's a bunch of artists who display their stuff, and it was at the Grand Palais in Paris.
Hmm.
And I'd never heard of it. I'd never heard of it. And so Claire said she was really interested in seeing it. So of course I guess, sure,
Wait a
let's
minute.
go.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I have a question. Were you guys there
Yeah.
when the Louvre got heisted? Heisted. Is that the right term?
It was no, we weren't there. It was just before we came back. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, I know, I know. So I thought this Basel, whatever that, how you ever pronounce
I
it.
think it's Basil.
Basil.
I think
Okay,
so.
Basil. I thought it was an artist. So I said, Claire, I'm going to go sit down and Google this person. I've got to find out about him or her. Of course, she's laughing her head off because it's not a person. It's just the name of that. It started in Switzerland, in Basel, Switzerland, and not a person at all.
Art
Anyway,
Basel. I think
there
Basel
was.
because there's one in Miami. I wonder if it's the same thing.
It probably
They
is.
have
It
it. They
probably is.
probably they have it. They have it every year. It's a whole big thing. It's a whole big kind of convention thing.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you walk in, so the Grand Palais is just this magnificent place. That's where it was, and we were walking. You could just the people watching was as interesting or more as the art, because
Hmm.
there were people there. You think, okay, they are dripping in wealth. The clothes that they were wearing. There was this individual, male, female, don't know, non-binary, I don't know, but dressed in a whole sort of ballet costume thing, walking around. So we had Claire's. You know what? This occasion, why don't we? Because there was places to sit, and there was food offerings, champagne. I think this occasion, calls for a glass of champagne. Sure, I'll go. I'll go get it. So sure, and I waited. She came back holding it. So guess how much this was?
How much?
44 euro for the 2 glasses.
So that's what, like $100?
Oh, about 60.
Oh, okay. That's crazy.
Well,
But
just yeah, yeah,
also
yeah.
tracks for the event. It
Oh
tracks
yeah,
for
did it suited the occasion. And
yeah.
um yeah, we were honestly, and we just sipped our champagne and just literally just gawked at all these people, and who all, so many of them knew what they were looking at, and you know
I bet you they didn't. I'm just kidding.
or maybe not, maybe they were
I'm
like,
just kidding.
who knows.
Who
But it
knows?
was a great people. It was tons of people. It was 2 floors, and Yeah, it was a great kind of, yeah,
Gorgeous.
not only art, but people. And so that was an example of something that we didn't plan. We didn't even know it was going to be there. Well, me, I didn't even, I'd never even heard of it.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, it's fun to just sort of be open to new things or something. Let's try this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's so great. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy that you had such a good time.
we did. Yeah, and we don't criticize each other's preferences or opinions. Mostly our opinions about things are the same, but if they were different, we
And
we
that's a big point, actually, like criticizing opinions or especially like if you spend so much time together, if you're like, if you're, especially if you're Airbnb a whole apartment, like you're essentially living with this person for 2 weeks or however long your trip is. Like that's a
24/7. Yeah.
exactly. And you're, doing stuff with them all day, whatever. Not criticizing, not just opinions, but like even things that you do when you think you're home away from home. You know what I mean? Like, because
Mhm.
okay, one of my best friends, love him to death, but traveling with him is the absolute worst because he is like another mom or something. Like he would make these little comments that he probably doesn't think is a big deal, but it's like, why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Oh, girl, no, this stinks. Oh no, get rid of that. Oh no, like, and it's just like, oh my god, like shut up, shut up, you're killing my vibe.
Well, it's true. It's true. I mean, yeah, we don't do that. And it's not fun being with somebody that's going to demean you or criticize you or, humiliate you for your choices, whether it be your choice of what you're eating, what you're wanting to do, what you're wearing. Claire and I are a different generation, but we're both adults. And I don't have any, I'm her mother, but I don't mother her. Like, don't forget to wear or what are you wearing that for? Or, ooh, you're ordering that. We just don't do that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I hear you when like that would bother me a lot. Yes, it would be a buzzkill.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
Yeah.
rate the trip out of 10. I know you've been
Oh,
there a bunch of times already. How does this compare to your previous
okay. I
trips?
will say for this trip, 8 out of 10. Others would have been 10 out of 10, and only because we had that bad experience.
The
The
Airbnb.
Airbnb didn't work out, and Claire getting this virus, and that we were expecting so much from the food in Lyon and didn't end up liking it.
Right.
And those are just we both said, okay, these are things we've learned. They're not
Yeah.
necessarily bad. They're things we've learned. We both said, the highlight was going to Crazy Horse. It was
Yeah.
so like I literally got goosebumps when the music started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I follow this drag queen on Instagram. Her name is Violet Chachki, and she had a residency at Crazy Horse for a while.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
She does burlesque. That's kind of her thing. Like she
Yeah.
does like aerial burlesques. Yeah. She's
Oh,
really great.
Melanie, you would love it.
I bet I
it's
would. I bet.
oh,
I can't
yeah,
wait to
it's just-
go.
yes, yeah, you've got to go.
So all in all, it was an 8 out of 10?
It was an 8 out of 10, which still is a high score. And
Still a high score.
we talked about next year going to Portugal.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Algarve.
Yeah, yeah. But we've sort of just started this habit of starting in Paris. So okay, sure, let's start in Paris.
Love it.
And we do not take it for granted for 1 second that we have this, loving, respectful relationship with each other, and we know that we're lucky to be able to do this. I mean, lots of people say, "Oh God, I could," of your generation, I could never travel with my mother, or people in my age group. I can't see myself and my daughter or son or something traveling together, and a lot of people will say that, and so I know that we are very, very lucky to be able to do this. And I said, Claire, one day you're going to have a partner that you're going to want to travel with that person. She said, well, it doesn't mean I can't travel with you. I want to. So yeah, we'll do this for as long as we can.
As you should.
As we should. Yeah. Thank you for your questions. That was really fun.
It
Thanks for
was
your
really
input.
fun.
Yeah.
It's
So,
always fun to vibe out with you.
and you.